Greetings from Christian News and Interviews. Romans 1:26 through 32 reads, "For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one towards another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do things those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignancy, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things." Think about that. The Apostle Paul said that they will be so evil in the last days that they'll create things, stuff you've never heard of. Disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection. See, anybody who can rape a 6-month-old baby is a person without a natural affection. Implacable or implacable, unmerciful, who, knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. Wow. Turn on the news. Look out your window. It is indeed here. We are in the last days. And I know they've been saying that for the past, 2,000 years? But if we're not in the last days right now, then the last days doesn't even exist. And I'm telling you that God has never lied. We are in the last days, everybody. This scripture breaks it all the way down. If you don't believe it, turn on the news, open up your newspaper, go online, look out the window. It's right there. Now, I'm going to share with you an article that I read a few days ago. This is from December the 12th. Today is December the 29th. Trans student charged after reportedly assaulting 2 female students in school washroom. This happened in Oklahoma, right here in the good old US of A. Listen to this. I won't read the whole thing, but I'll read parts of it. 2 female students have been left with injuries after reportedly being assaulted by a trans-identified male student in the women's restroom at a high school in Edmond, Oklahoma. It happened back in October, and it reveals that a trans-identified male student who was handed a juvenile summons after 2 female students were left with injuries following a fight he had reportedly initiated with them in the women's restroom. Pause. Why was he in the restroom of a she? Can anybody explain that? Let's stop there. People always talk about how they want certain individuals to feel safe. Well, what about the safety of women? Do women and girls have the right to feel safe? All through elementary, middle, high school, college, I felt safe in the women's bathroom. For years, women have sent their sons under 10 years of age into the women's bathroom because they knew it was safe in there. But you cannot go into a women's bathroom alone. You need to take somebody with you because you don't know what you're going to encounter in there. These two young ladies were in the girls' bathroom where they belonged, and here they encounter a boy who attacks them. Listen, on October 26, 2022, at approximately 8 a.m. in the morning, police responded. Now, that's early for them to be responding to an attack, to reports of a fight that had broken out at a memorial. No, it wasn't a fight, it was an attack. Memorial High School in the small community of Edmond, Oklahoma. Upon arriving, the police found a female student with injuries to her face and head at the nurse's station. The attending officer noted the female victim had several red areas on her face, and both of her eyes were beginning to swell. The officer conducted an interview with the victim, whose full name was redacted due to her age. The female student advised the officer that a trans-identified student, indicated by the letter A, had approached her. He approached her, everybody, in the women's washroom where she was speaking to friends. She explained that A had tried to talk to her and she ignored him, at which point A began to get angry and asked if she wanted to fight while approaching her with balled fists. Can you believe this? The victim said that the trans-identified student hit her in the face, and she indicated in her statement that she was not strong enough to fight back due to the force of the blow. The transgender student pulled the girl's hair, forced her to the ground, at which point he began to kick her in the face and punch her repeatedly. The victim's friends witnessed the incident and were pleading with A to stop his assault. One of the other female students attempted to intervene and was punched in the face twice. One witness indicated that the girl had tried to step in because A is a man, and she felt her friend's life was at stake. People, we're in trouble. And I would strongly advise everyone whose head is buried in the sand to take your head out, because you have women in your family, you have children, you have nieces, you have cousins, you have aunts, because they are attacking, they're threatening women. They're threatening women, and they're following through with these threats. They hate women. They're jealous of women. They want to be women. They will never be women. And because women are women, women are now being attacked. Look at this. I'm not going to open this article up, but look at this headline. Man dressed as a woman arrested after allegedly attempting to take lewd photos in women's washrooms. Okay? This is what women are up against now. Any man can throw on a dress, walk, including pedophiles, including sexual predators, can walk into a women's washroom where women used to be safe but aren't safe anymore, and can just start trying to videotape women use the bathroom. This is Brazil. Look at this. Trans-identified male influencer investigated following brutal attack on a woman and her baby. That happened out in the street in Brazil. Look at this headline. Man who slaughtered family over gender dysphoria now marked as female in a Maine prison system. Can you believe this? Look at this headline. In the UK, serial pedophile. Serial pedophile complains about being misgendered during second arrest for child sexual predation. Look at this. This is San Francisco, California. Look at this, everybody. Guaranteed income for transgender people. Gift. Look at this. Applications are closed. I bet they are. But look at what San Francisco is offering for people to become transgender. Guaranteed income for transgender people. Gift. Will provide economically marginalized transgender people with unrestricted monthly guaranteed income as a way to combat poverty our most impacted community members face. The Transgender District, excuse me, and Lion Martin Community Health Services, in partnership with municipal city departments in the city and county of San Francisco, will provide 55 transgender residents of San Francisco County with $1,200 a month and guaranteed income for a year and a half. Can you believe that? So if you were homeless on the street, all you have to do is pretend that you're transgender and you're going to get this money. The program will prioritize enrollment of transgender, non-binary, gender non-conforming, and intersex people who are Black, Indigenous, or people of color experiencing homelessness, living with disabilities and chronic illnesses. Woo! We're in the last days, y'all. Of course, these applications are closed. If somebody's going to offer you $1,200 a month for nothing, you fill out the application too, quick and in a hurry. I'm going to close out, but before I do, I just want to let you know what the end result is of this young man who walked into a bathroom and attacked not one, but two young ladies. He was arrested, but from a juvenile facility though. And he's no longer in that school. He's no longer in that school. I will follow this story as much as possible. And hopefully there will be a follow-up. And if there is, I will follow up with you all, let you know what the end result was. But he was arrested, went to a juvenile facility, and he's no longer in the school. But this is just one incident. Others will be coming up. Others will be showing up. You all know about Loudoun County. I believe I talked about Loudoun County, how a young man assaulted not one, but he assaulted a young lady at one school, was transferred to another school and assaulted a child at that school too. So from week to week, we'll be hearing more stories as they become more aggressive, more assertive. They're making verbal threats and they're attacking women all throughout the United States and abroad. San Francisco's perverse incentive to identify as transgender. I just read that article to you, how they're giving $1,200 a month to incentivize people to become transgender. I could go on and on and on, but what I will do for the moment is stop and stay tuned.